Changing mags.
Friendly care package inbound.
There we are.
Friendly UAV on station.
Hostiles in the area.
What's good with it, do YouTube? Your boy Natepushweights back with another Modern Warfare video. Today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare patch notes for November 8th. This patch is basically a big hot fix. It was about 11 gigs straight from PC, console as well. Now we're going to be talking about the general patches, the weapon patches, and also Spec Ops campaign, whatever that they patch. We're going through everything. So let's get right into it. Before we get into it, hit that like button, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and here we go. Now, from the back end of things, the general fixes of this game, they fixed the crashes and stability improvements, which is good for all platforms. I know on PC I had a lot of crashes, a lot of stuff that would happen off scene, in the menus and stuff like that. So they fixed that. Now, as far as like ride shield stuff, I don't use the ride shield, but they fixed the bug where you throw a throwing knife and thermite, and it caused your ride shield not to be placed in the back of your back, basically. So they fixed that. So for all the ride shield players, there you go. As far as the claymores go, they fixed the detonating when you shoot it. So when an enemy shoots a claymore, they fixed it to where it doesn't kill you upon detonation. So when you shoot it, it doesn't do anything technically. It's not going to fully kill you for being in front of it. So that's good. I'm glad they did that. And also they reduced the trigger in detonating range. So when you shoot it, you're not going to feel that damage from offside. You're not going to, when you run through it, you're not going to feel that damage if you're like on the side of it, which is good. Now, as far as battle chatter in the game, they removed the ability for enemies to hear your call outs, basically. So when you're in a free-for-all game, or if you're in TDM and your character is actually calling out that they see the enemy, before it was the enemy able to hear that, which is kind of a disadvantage for you. What's the point of a call out if the enemy can hear you? You're basically calling out yourself, right? So they removed that. I'm glad they did that. Now, as far as other things, as far as like mounting your gun and shooting it and stuff like that, I noticed a lot of mounting in this game is very overpowered. The recoil is a bit to none. So they added recoil while mounting. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know, maybe people think that's a bad thing, but I think that's a good thing. It balances out the game. Now, as far as footsteps in this game, man, a lot of people have been complaining about this really bad. Now, I made a video on footsteps in Call of Duty for the audio and settings and stuff like that. What the proper settings to put on. I made a video on this. You guys can go check it out if you want. But as far as footsteps, what they patched was they increased the inclusion percentage to filter footsteps behind geometry. So that meaning, okay, so if you're far away, you're not going to be able to hear the enemy's footsteps. They're not going to be able to hear your footsteps. So they fixed the balance to where, if you're close, you're going to hear the footsteps. If you're far away, you're not really going to hear the footsteps. Yeah, and they adjusted the distance. So that's a big improvement. I still think they need to fix the sound in the game where, we're not hearing so much loud noise of the aircrafts and, the weapons, all that. I feel like that's confusing the game. That's confusing footsteps, in my opinion. They also buffed the EOD perk to make it a bit harder to counter explosives at full health. In my opinion, I think the EOD perk is terrible. Hopefully, that helps EOD. In my opinion, I never use EOD unless I'm getting claymored out the ass the whole game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, as far as weapons goes, that shotgun, the 725, that thing is completely nerfed. They need to take it out of the game, honestly. Now, as far as that, they nerfed the one-shot range I know a lot of people have been getting one-shot shots with that gun. That gun is overpowered. Now, I haven't played with it yet. I haven't played with it at all. I never used it during, when it was overpowered. I never used it. I never used the gun. I never picked it up. I never shot with it. I don't use that. No. Now, as far as the ADS time, they've reduced that and they fixed some other tuning stuff. So hopefully that gun is completely trash in this game now. Now, as far as the M4A1, the best gun in the game, they increased the recoil. Now, I don't know how I feel about that because I did not rock. I did not have a grip on as an attachment for my M4, so it's probably gonna have a lot of recoil now. And they nerfed the range, which is, I mean, I guess it makes it balanced, but that was my favorite gun, so it's definitely gone at this point. It could possibly still be a good gun though. Now, as far as ARs and LMGs, they increased the hip spread to balance out close-up encounters. Whew. I already thought, in my opinion, I thought ARs and submachine guns were already balanced. But, I mean, we'll see how this plays out. Now, as far as the SA-87 reduced recoil, I don't even know what gun that is. Is that a shotgun? Now, the pistols, if you care about the pistols have been increased damage. They raised the minimum damage as well. I don't use pistols, so I don't care about that. As far as sniper rifles and like marksman rifles, they increased the buffs. They buffed it basically. They buffed the Dragunov. They buffed the Kar 98, which is good. So if you like those guns, GG. The SMGs, the Uzi has been completely buffed. That's a good thing. The Uzi was garbage, so hopefully that's good. Now, Spec Ops. I have not played Spec Ops yet. As far as that, they did a lot of various things. I'm gonna show you guys so you guys can see. You guys can read it yourself. They did a lot of things here. As far as hot fixes and fixing bugs and stuff like that. And yeah, so hopefully that helps you guys out. That is pretty much it for this update. There's also new maps that that they put in the game. A bunch of free content, including the Ground War map. Ground War has been very, very, very fun in this game, honestly. Depending on what kind of lobby you get into, you're gonna have a pretty fun time. As far as other maps, they put in a close quarter map, so I think a 2v2 map. And they added hardpoint, which is amazing. Hardpoint is a fun mode, so I'm gonna probably get on that, play some hardpoint, and slay out. All this stuff is free content across all platforms, PC, console. Let's see. This is a kill streak to consider. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the video. Be sure to add me on Xbox if you guys want to, or Xbox, or PC, whatever, cross platform. Natepushweights, and yeah, we can play. And yeah, that's it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.